Hi, this is MaryEllen with Portraits of Me, and today I'm coming to you with a virtual book haul. So what is a virtual book haul? Right now, I'm defining that as a book haul of books that I really want, but I couldn't afford to actually buy the physical copy. So this virtual book haul took place at Barnes & Noble, and what I'm going to do is just put a picture right here of the book cover and let you know which books that I saw at the store that I really want to get, and I placed these books on my wish list because they sounded really interesting. I'm really bummed I didn't get to take them home, but we all have to be money conscious, and so I decided to wait and get them hopefully as gifts. So I'm going to give these books, a list of these books, to my husband and hopefully get them for Christmas or my birthday. So I did write some notes because I don't have the physical books, and so I don't want to forget the titles or the authors or the names of the characters. So let's get to it. The first book I found that I thought was really interesting was The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. And what was interesting about this one, it's about the character Harry August, and he has lived 15 lives. So what happens is he goes through his life and he lives it, and then when he dies he comes back and starts a new life. And the interesting thing about this concept is that he remembers everything that happened to him, the people, the events, everything. So he's carrying those 14 or 15 lives with him in the present. So what happens, this is his 15th life, I believe, and he is visited by a young girl that comes to the hospital and tells him she needs his help because time's going to end. And she doesn't give him much information, but she's giving him this bit of knowledge, hoping that when he is reborn, he can help that situation. I'm not sure if it's saving the world or saving time or what it involves, but it sounded really interesting, so I'm hoping to find out when I read it. The other book I found that I thought was really interesting was The Orphan Keeper by Cameron Wright. And this one sounded story because it's actually based on a true story. It's about a little boy from southern India. He's 7 years old. He has a family. He has a mom and a dad, and he has some siblings. But what happens is he is kidnapped from his home, and he is taken, I believe, to the U.S. first. Lincoln Home for Homeless Children in the U.S. and he's adopted. So actually, I'm not sure if the Lincoln Home for Homeless Children is in the U.S., but anyway, he's adopted by a U.S. family. And so what happens is he comes to the U.S., he learns to assimilate into our culture and learns the language, and finally he's able to communicate to his adoptive parents that he had a loving family in India and that he was taken against his will. So this is his story of trying to track down his family that he was kidnapped from. So I thought that one would be a very interesting book to read as well. And the third book I found was The Lake and the Lost Girl by Jacqueline Vincetta. And this one sounded interesting because it kind of combined the past with the present. So Lydia Carroll's husband is fixated on a local mystery that happened to an artist, Mary Stone Walker. This artist disappears in 1939, and no one knows what happened to her. So she disappears, and his husband Frank gets obsessed with this mystery. He wants to find out what happened to Mary. Is she dead? Is she still alive? So he does some researching and he tries to figure this mystery out. The whole time he's getting tunnel vision. It's all about this artist Mary. So his wife is desperate to get her husband back into the present, and it's the story about trying to solve this mystery. So anyways, that sounded very interesting to me. So those are the three books that I found at my local Barnes & Noble that I couldn't buy at this time, but that I want in the future. I did happen to buy one book, and this is the book that I did end up buying. Kind of glary. The Darkest Minds. So that's what this one is called. And the reason why I bought this book is because this one was actually a signed copy. So this is an autographed copy, and I thought if I put this one on my wish list and asked my husband or someone else to buy this for me later, I probably won't get the signed copy. So I purchased it myself. And another reason why I did that, because it's only $9.99, plus I'm part of the Barnes & Noble club, so I got 10% off. So I thought it was a good deal for a signed copy of this book. So here's the inside of the signature. It says black is the color. So I guess the darkest minds, you know, the color black signifies darkness. So I'm looking forward to reading this. And what this book is about, it's about a young girl named Ruby. She wakes up on her 10th birthday and something about her had changed, something frightening enough to make her parents lock her in the garage and call the police. So it's the story of her trying to discover what was so terrifying that happened to her on her 10th birthday that caused her parents to freak out and call the police. So it's pretty much her story. So this sounds very interesting. I can't wait to get to this one. And this is the only physical book I got during this virtual haul. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's nice and short because everything's virtual, but I'm looking forward to reading all of these books when I eventually do get them. As always, if you have read these books, please let me know what you thought. Are these good titles to pick? If so, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your opinions on them. And also, if you liked any of these books or have read any of these books, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know. Also, please subscribe if you are interested in learning more about books and hearing about book reviews of books I have read. Subscribe because those are the types of videos I do make. I do upload a video once a week. Thank you very much for joining me today, and may you guys have a wonderful day. Bye. What is a virtual book tour? Well, it's a book tour where, actually it's a book haul.